right here on West Nile Television. With me, Owen Ezaga, your host, and it is only 2 minutes past the hour of 2 p.m. in the studios of West Nile Television, and the Whistle Time desk is fully packed with another interesting moment. Yesterday we got for you the boxer himself, Farouk Daku, who was right here with us, and he gave us a lot, and of course I did promise to give you also another exclusive today, that is Wahab Gaddafi, who of course is right in the studios, and we'll be discussing with him one or two things. Where next for him is the biggest talking point that someone would be asking and wanting to know what exactly probably he could be pushing in right there ahead of the half season that is coming right there. So a lot of rumors that have come through, a lot of talks that have come through, but of course still big things are expected for us to know whether it's true or false, because for me, I first take them as rumors, but already the local papers right in the country have all over written it about him crossing over to, of course, NEC Football Club. That's one big thing that we shall be finding out right there. The last time Gaddafi Wahab was here was when they came with Toha Rashid. Yeah, I remember that last year, as we had a lot in there. But of course today's discussion is after probably he had put on a public, of course on the social handles, saying that he was only having half season with the Arua Hill Sports Club, where remember by the time he came here, I was asking him whether he would be putting pen to paper again for Arua Hill Sports Club, and he was like, it is still he was still without a contract. Now what happened, what went wrong, or what did he exactly do? Did he put half season is one thing that we shall be finding out right there. Let me usher in, that is Wahab. Welcome, and probably a long time. Welcome back from the duty. I know it's break time, and very many expecting to probably rest and get back to work, but of course for you, you keep it always fit. Welcome and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Owen. Good afternoon, viewers.
Yes, once again in the studios of West Nile Television. The last time you said, I did say you're going to be on record, and the record was you were not yet with the club. What convinced you to again put pen to paper to Arua Hill Sports Club in there? And if yes, how long did you put? I thought maybe it was a season or half a season.
The last time I came here, I did tell you guys I was going to sign with Arua Hill, but I didn't sign. I only had a conversation with the coach. After talking to the coach, he told me, you give me a season or half. So we ended up agreeing. I'll be playing for the club. At the end of first round, I'll decide whether to continue with the club or stop there. So before the season ended, I saw where the club, the direction the club was taking, and the challenges we were going through. So I had to tell them openly I have other opportunities out there. So I would wish to leave the club at the end of the season. So they agreed to it, and that's where we ended up agreeing. I end first round. After the first round, I decide where I will go. Yeah.
So you've already decided where to go anyway. That's a very big one. So looking at the agreement, probably you didn't put pen to paper. You didn't, because it was a verbal agreement with the coach, and it's because you trusted the coach, I believe. And that's one reason why probably you made it right there. Now, this brings me to, after playing all this while, you've proved to the world that you are still a loyal servant, let's say, that pushed it there. You went and played a game, 7, let's say 8 players and 7 probably in the field. How, when you saw that there were no players, let's say no other numbers that could not fit 11, what did you do as a captain to the team?
Before I traveled, I contacted a few players. You know, by then I think the coach had decided he was not going to be with the team. So of course after the coach, it comes back to the captain. I took that responsibility to at least call a few players who were interested and who could play. So when I talked to a few of them, I talked to, though there were some. We were muchly affected by the cards, because by then 4 players were suspended. Ibrahim Musa, Kerepi Jafari, Kawawa Rashid, and the 4th one. There were 4 players were suspended, so they couldn't travel for the game. So the 7, I went with them. The 8, there were 8 players. One came, I was even surprised because he had taken like 5 games without playing, but in that game he showed up. He told me he was going to travel, and I was surprised. So you know, the rule says as long as you're 7 players, you can play. So we went there and I got 7 players on ground. I was the last, actually. I was the last player who reached there, because I had to travel with the Jazzers. The Jazzers were in Germany. I was in Arua. They had to send them the balls, the licenses. So I was the one who traveled with those things. Reached there at 3, when guys were ready, only waiting for me to put on the Jazzers, and then we go for warm-up. Straight away after reaching, we had to put on the Jazzers in the pitch. We were 8. No one knew about it. We kept it for ourselves until we went for warm-up. We were 8. We were in the game, 8 players. We played. You know, it's everyone's duty. I'm telling this to all the players once you sign a contract, and however, whatever condition you are going through, it's your responsibility as players to honor your fixture, rather your contract, and play. Because it's not going to stop there. Where you're heading to, you don't know if you play today, you don't know what you'll get after that. So I encourage all the players, please, if you don't have a team, you keep playing where you get the opportunity until a team will get you. Yeah.
Okay, now that was one of the biggest things that you did probably for such a club, Rua Hill Sports Club. I should say, we saw issues arising about monies, which is everywhere. Most of the clubs in Uganda, that's the challenge that they are facing. Boys still paid attention to make sure that they played. After playing, you got that crucial goal for the team as a consolation, though it was 7 goals that they scored past Rua Hill Sports Club right there. After the game, how was the feel? How was the feel after the game?
It was a normal one, because it was not my first time to lose. We have seen teams lose 7-8 when they're 11, but at the end of the game, I was proud of the group that represented the team. Very proud of them. They worked hard. We worked hard to see that at least we got that consolation goal. But after the game, I told them, guys, let's push. It should not be the end of everything. We should not stop here, even if we are 7. As long as this group is 8, one day God will see you out there. God will reward you. Someone out there will see you and reward you for the job you're doing. But at least if we can, we push up to the end of first round. Then if you get an opportunity, you go. As a captain, I can even talk to the management to allow you go, because you have worked, you have sacrificed all this time. So I told them, at least let's push up to the end of the first round. After finishing, you see, at least there's a period of transfer where players, they're out there. As we are planning to leave, there are players also want that opportunity to come in and play. So I told them, let's push up to the end of first round, then we'll see what comes. Yeah.
As a captain, the duty was on you, probably to make sure this ran through. Just in the camp, probably you would see that there are challenges that keep running every time and now. Football is not that very cheap. football in Uganda does not have that direct, probably, let's say, direct benefit that an owner could be. When you heard about the president by then, I should say, or the owner of the club saying that he sold the club 6 months ago, up now we're still wondering to who, to where, and the rest. As a player, as a captain, how was the feel? Now that you're a free agent anyway.
You know, before the season started, I think I was told, as a captain, I was told openly that chairman is not going to be. I think there was a news where he came out and said he's selling majority share. So when that news came in, and I thought to myself and said, now the chairman is leaving, what next? Then I sat with, after that, sat with the coach. We had a discussion. He told me, this is your team, you have been here. Don't be only for the team when it's in good times. This is the time the team needs you more. So discussed with him, he told me, I think I was not even the only one, all the players knew about it, but we kept it internal, that our chairman is not going to be part of the team. Ownership would transfer from him to
another person,
from him to the coach and Othelul. So after the first game, that's when the coach came out openly and said it. So many people thought it was a joke, maybe, but it was real. For this team to be there, it's actually those two people. For this team to play in the Premier League today, it's Coach Mbabazi and Othelul. So I know out there people are criticizing him for everything, but I want for someone like me who has known him, who has been there with the team, it has been Coach Mbabazi and Othelul. That's why the team is still here. The team exists. Those two people are behind it. Otherwise, I don't think Ruahil would be there by this time.
Okay. Now, of course, I guess that's the reason why maybe the players could have trusted a lot in him. Of course, what the coach was saying here. But now what me, of course, as a journalist, that bit my understanding at first was when again the rumors or the papers came, and then later on we saw that the owner or the majority shareholder crosses away from his own club to another club. That's one thing that took my understanding, and of course which made me at least a little bit. Then again, the same minority shareholder writing against his majority shareholder. One thing that came in there, could you say there's some, because now the two told you, or the two had discussed with you the other way. As a player, you would feel, okay, now this is what we need to work. Loyalty is what you showed. But now again, the two had conflicts, let's say, because of, I couldn't expect the write-up from Adam Lematia against Coach Mbabazi on that way. So when you read that, do you see anything maybe fishy under?
I saw that tweet. It was I saw it, and when I read it, I kept quiet at first, but time came, it was going viral.
Yes.
So I was open, called Othelul and told him, it's not good. You know, everyone has his weaknesses, but whatever happened between you and the coach, at least you would have kept it to yourself, because I don't think Coach Mbabazi has ever come out to put it in the media that this is Othelul's weakness. And I told him, and I think he he talked after that. He told me he did it out of frustration. I was pissed, but I told him again to talk to coach. So whether he talked to him or not is what I don't know. Yeah.
One of the biggest things are right there. Now this brings me to, after putting in that, why did you even put a tweet or a post about having only first round? Is it because the coach is no more? Is it because maybe you are already aware that the coach is not going to be at the club, or it was your own decision that came that you just needed to play half season?
It was my own decision. I even told the coach earlier. I think by then we had played only few games. I told coach, not even few games, before even the league started. I told him there was a period when they were closing transfers. I'd gotten a deal in Rwanda. I was supposed to travel to Rwanda to go and finish it, but there are some challenges in my paperwork. I took long because that they called me when I was still in Germany. So by the time I went to Kampala, it was only on 2 days. Everything they wanted me to finish everything in 2 days. And it was on Friday. So you know, working days it's only on Friday. Saturday there are no working days. So I told coach, fine, I'll come play first round. If a team comes, I'll go. But in case I don't get a team, I will remain. So before even first round ended, I started getting calls. People started engaging me whether I'll be available at the end of first round. I told them yeah. That's why I came out and tweeted the Twitter on Twitter.
Okay, it was a nice one. As a professional probably player, you should be expecting a lot. I know very many offers. One of them was, I should say that the goal of those 8 players, but still you scored a goal. I don't know how it felt for you by that time, getting that consolation. I know it was one of the biggest goals that you really put in there for the team now. That after that statement, we should be knowing that you have a lot of offers that are already on your table. The first rumor we had was the KCCA saga that came through. We had about NEC Football Club, we had about Bright Stars, we've had about different clubs that have come through wanting your services right here. But before we get to that, there's one thing people believe in you. They have spoken it, they have said it several times. Let's be on record yet again this time round. There's that statement that has always come. You are Charles Livingstone Mbabazi's son, okay, in football. Let's not be like real, but because without Mbabazi, people feel you're not there. What is that special attachment with you and Charles Livingstone Mbabazi? Because the last time you spoke to me here was, the attachment came when even you had football. When he left on Duparaka, went to Wakiso, collected you alongside. When of course he crossed back when he was in Mbarara, people were like, now you're crossing over, and because he wanted. When he came to Arua Hill, some of the first names for us, some of the names that we knew when they said Wahab and this, we knew, yes, Mbabazi is coming. And that's, as the journalists, what we looked into, because he has certain type of players that he will always want to work with. So that has made very many people believe that it's either Mbabazi or no Wahab. Very many have said that. But to you, have you had such comments? Have you seen that that have come maybe from people before?
People have ever told me that.
And how do you feel? Is that the reality?
Me, I'm one player who does not mind so much about what people say out there.
Okay.
Because you know, everyone will say whatever he thinks, but as long as I know what I can do and I know who I am, that's the most important thing to me. You know, Mbabazi, Mbabazi came in Onduparaka. That was in the first season. But before that, there was Wahab. Wahab started playing way back when he was still young, when he didn't know anything about Mbabazi. When Mbabazi came, I think I was one of the few players he knew in the team. So since then, the only thing I can say is Mbabazi is the only coach that I've spent so much time with, that I've played for years under. Because before he came to Onduparaka, I was in Onduparaka and I was playing well, scoring goals, assisting. That's no secret. And then he left, went to Mbarara. I remained in Onduparaka. Unfortunately, I got injured. He went to, after that, he came back to Rahil, rather Onduparaka, and I was there. That was the time Toa was leaving. And then after that went, because he was the person who convinced me also to remain. But then I wanted to leave. So he told me, I'm coming back, you're going to be the captain. Why are you leaving? I want to build a team around you. That's when I remained, decided. He told me, you're still coming back from injury. Why don't you play 1 or 2 seasons before going to another team where you're going, and the demand will be high. You know, when you join a new team, the demand is all high. So he told me that. I remained. When he went to Wakiso, he stayed only for half a season. That's when I also told him, coach, you told me to remain, and you left me here. I would have gone somewhere. So that's when he said, okay, I was the one who made you to remain. You come along. I also went. After Wakiso, he left. He was sacked, but I remained with the team until when he came back, he joined. But I want to tell everyone there, I've worked with so many coaches, so many. I've worked with Dalambilu, I've worked with Matthias Olule, I've worked with Masawa, I've worked with SMPG. These are all the coaches I've worked with. But from Mbabazi's case, I think it was we built a relationship where, because most of those coaches I didn't take long with them. It's either in school or in clubs, but from Mbabazi's case, we only built that relationship. We became more attached to each other.
Okay, and now that's one big thing. Probably you should have learnt the characters of your coach. He should have learnt you, and here and there. Now, when he crossed over to Viper Sports Club, the first name someone could have in the mind was Wahab is also going, because when the post was seen, in fact, to me, what made me believe truly Mbabazi was going was the first post that you made, because his post or his way about movement came when the rumor broke up earlier. Then you had to put in a tweet that first round is what you're finishing, and then we're like, oh, this is reality maybe. And for us who think ahead, thought, now again, Wahab should be joining maybe Viper Sports Club. That's one thing that we are going to be coming right there to discuss. Now, of course, before we get to that in the second half, I want to say something about the way the team has been performing. What do you attribute that to as a footballer who has been in the league for quite a long time? We saw Onduparaka Football Club last season, the performance, first round ended almost, you could say, like equally to that point. I speak for Onduparaka Football Club currently, but you would say that that is one thing last season that happened. Probably you would see the same way, not winning games. Winning mentality was not in the team. What could be affecting Arua Hill, or what did you see in as a captain? Because right now you should not be the captain because you already be the farewell. We're already in the break. What did you see was affecting your team as the captain by then to not perform in the half season? And what could improve this Arua Hill team next in the second half?
Oh, and to be open, you know, on Paraka's team of last season, if you have to compare them with Arua Hill, there's a lot of difference.
Yes.
I think I may say on Paraka's team was actually much better, or somehow balanced compared to Arua Hill.
But you would say Arua Hill has experience and a lot than even the Onduparaka last season.
Yeah, because Arua Hill, if you take Arua Hill, most of the players left. Those ones who used to play regularly, most of them left. This season, we had many guys. Most of them, it's either injury affected them, because if you take for it, he came when he was injured. Gibson got injured when we were left with a week to the league. Nyama was playing with injury. Who else? Okay, Atendele was, sometimes he could play, sometimes he's in the national team. You know, you see all that. So now you take, in the whole defense of Arua Hill, the ones that were playing last season, it's only Atendele who remained. 3 were not there. Then in the midfield, it's only me. The rest are not there. Now the forwards, I think it's only Kawawa. The rest are not there. So, you know, first of all, financial challenges. That's no secret. Everyone knows about it. And then secondly, Arua Hill's team was still young. We only had few individuals, but they were not there regularly. Sometimes they play, sometimes they don't play. So that thing affected us so much. But basically, the results were like that because of the financial challenges.
Okay, motivation is one key factor that we are talking about. And now, of course, we shall be taking a break shortly. Coming back with that is Gaddafi Wahabu. For those who are following on, that is the TVs. For those who are following on the YouTube channel, we are still going to be right there. For those who are following on Facebook, because we are coming back to discuss where exactly is he going. And not only him, a lot of names have been listed to be crossing over to different clubs from Arua Hill Sports Club as a former captain. How does that feel, and what exactly will that mean to Arua Hill Sports Club is what we shall be discussing right there. Live on West Nile Television, Whistle Time. Our desk is where you are, and Owen Ezaga, your host, will be giving you all the updates surrounding what exactly is happening in the Ugandan sports. At the same time, the National and Africa Cup of Nations is coming very, very soon. What are your expectations, and what exactly are you expecting from the players who have also joined their nations to play for coming in the African Cup of Nations? Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region. West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
All right, welcome back from that break, and of course, still Whistle Time live on West Nile Television. Owen Ezaga, your host, and with me still remains or happens to be the free agent, I should say, Gaddafi Wahabu, right here. Very many, aka Jumani. That's the name that you should be knowing. But I can say you can keep dropping your messages on that is the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube channels. We shall be responding them, of course, to them shortly. Probably I will also be getting to those questions that will be coming and share with him, and he tells us, maybe you as the fan or you who follows him a lot will be telling us exactly what you feel about this. But welcome back. Now let's look at the 2024, which has started in a good way but very hot. Clubs expecting, as a captain, you already bid a farewell to your former club, and we expecting a lot. You said very many came knocking, or you had requested the coach, in case a team comes through in January, you would be pushing away. Where are you going? What next? Or you've not gotten enough?
You know, the league has just ended.
Yes.
I think last week, it was over the weekend. First round, the end of first round. I've not decided yet, but I think by the end of this week, or as the beginning of next week, you guys I will let you know about my new team. I think it will be by the beginning of next week, probably.
Okay, a very big one. And as a former captain, very many names have also been listed, by the way, to exit Arua Hill Sports Club, just like you requested them to first finish, and then you will also, if possible, request for them from the coach. Now the coach is not there, the board is one thing. Before you left, had you requested them that some players want to leave, or now players are taking decision by themselves?
There's no player who came out to me and said he wants to leave, but I've seen a few posting that they want to leave. I think in the last game, I told we had a meeting. I bid farewell to the players and requested the management to allow any player who wants to leave to please give him the go ahead, and if they can convince the player, it's also good. If they can convince him, they can remain. But if a player wants to leave, I don't think it's necessary to stop him.
Did you think you were so incisive?
I was not, because you know, as a parent, if your child is progressing, I think it's a joy to you as a parent. So why would they stop a player from going, yet he wants to leave and for a better offer?
Okay. That's a very big one, and I've just seen on YouTube, someone is still asking what next for you after that is the football career. The last time I remember you saying coaching. Is that still the same ambition you would want to be?
I had that way back, even before I started playing in the league. I had it in mind, I'll be playing football. After football, I'll still remain in football. As a coach, maybe after that, I also think about something else to do.
Now, I would want us to talk about something. You're leaving. I've seen names like Atendele Geriga, who was irregular for the team. I have seen Makosa, who has also made a farewell. I've seen a couple of names that are saying probably they want to leave. What will the fate of Arua Hill Sports be like?
Somehow they have come out at the right time, if I may say, because they have come out at a time where the club has time to bring in replacements. So that one is left to the club.
Being someone would say a good patriotism, a good patriotic guy. But anyway, let's look at where you think this club would finish this season, because half season people have brought the club not yet to the par. But do you see possibility of the club surviving relegation? And if yes, what should they do to make sure that they survive? If you see there's no hope, then maybe
there's still hope. There's hope. This club can still survive 15 games. Those are many points. 6 are home games and 9 away games. They can still survive if they bring in the right players, players with experience to add on the current ones. I think the club can still survive.
But this is a club you've said financially struggling, which of course we've seen, and the coach who had said has share is no more. Who is that convincing person to get is another thing. The coaches that are left on ground, I'm not quite sure of, because most of the times very many had said it's Coach Borin, who of course most of the times has also been in Arua. Most of the games he has not been going, and probably, let's say, due to the frustrations of no monies and the rest that have caused all this. So you saying there's that future of surviving. If Arua Hill is to survive that, then 15 games to win, yes, 15, those are like 45, 15 times 5, 3, that is 45 points. And out of 45, you said 6 are home. And if you look at 6 times 3, I think that should be around, yes. Now, you're looking at that, and you have 18 points plus 5. You still have teams like UPDF, who was also to prove themselves, because they are currently they're only going to relegate 2 teams.
2 or 3?
2, because the other time Chetume was eliminated to the FUFA Big League.
3 teams.
And they are going to promote 3.
That was last season. For
Chetume has just been thrown back because they couldn't fulfill.
It was last season. Last season we had 15 teams.
Yes.
This season we have 16.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3 teams.
So you 3 teams, and you would say, okay, let's say UPDF, Gaddafi. Wow, it's a very big one. But of course,
at this time you should not rule any team out.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And how exactly possible would that make? Because you've said recruitment, and every club is doing recruitment, and no one, I don't think, will want to share players right now. Anyway, that may be for the management to think. But you've said you've left us in suspense. Confirm to us. Is it true clubs like Vipers, NEC, Bright Stars, Busoga United, KCCA have contacted you? Since you said you would give us the right one.
There are teams that have contacted me, and
including the Rwanda one.
And there are teams that did not contact me, but I'm seeing it on social media. So I don't know about some of them, but there are a few teams good ones that have contacted me, and I'm still in talks with them.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good one, and probably now to the people left there at Arua Hill Sports Club and the ones that are coming there. Maybe that would be joining. We saw new president. I've not seen his influence. To me, I'm not telling you, but I'm telling to the world that I've not seen the influence. We saw, I don't know, the CEO was Otelul acting. I don't know up to now. And Federation has brought in a rule by January, which was supposed to be implemented, that it's not a CEO without a certified CEO, you would not be able. Of course, I've seen a lot of managers and of course club owners raising the issue because they want you at least have a FAMACO 2, which has just been concluded recently, and the people have graduated for you to be a CEO in a UPL, and this format has changed. Now, this is one thing. Of course, now looking at the assembling of Arua Hill, from the president, from the CEO, they need to get a CEO that is certified. It's going to be a long process, that has to come in there. The money issue, I don't know whether we're getting the sponsors to that is there to the clubs, and those are some of the things that are coming in there. One big thing is, what is the dream maybe right now for you? Your closest friend is Toha Rashid. He has crossed over to the neighbors, East African neighbors, Kenya. Police Football Club is doing very, very well. That side, I've seen him always being in the starting and followed him so much. Do you miss him when he left and you remained? Do you see yourself also crossing the borders very soon?
The fact is, I miss Toa every day. I miss him, though we are always in touch. We talk to each other every day. He's actually one of the guys who kept pushing, telling me, you push, one day things will change, and we have always pushed each other through such moments. When we was in Vipers and he was going through hardship, I was doing the same, so he has always been there for me. Crossing over, it's every player's dream to play out outside the country, and I think hopefully I'll work hard. One day I'll also live and play outside the country.
Okay, that's a nice one. Gaddafi Wahab, probably right there. Now, of course, before maybe we wind the session, before we get off right there with of course Gaddafi, allow me give you some of the international stories that are probably trending right now before I get to say bye bye or let him go, because I know after here you should be going to a Germany maybe or somewhere, check on the family, because to me what I can say is just like you said, the weeks, today is Thursday, so tomorrow is Friday. Maybe if it is by next week or during the weekend, you should be getting your works done during Friday, Saturday or Sunday. By Monday we should be hearing something else coming from Wahab and maybe the club or the new club that is coming in there. But of course the odds have dropped, and the biggest odd that has dropped amidst all the clubs that have spoken indicates NEC Football Club. Now we're yet waiting for Vipers and the rest. Maybe in the due course up to Monday we shall also see where this could have dropped, where it could have maybe the odds that are dropping, because normally when odds drop, the team is either a better side right there. So we shall be waiting for that is Gaddafi Wahab. Now yesterday Liverpool fought back to earn that is their first leg lead over that is Fulham in a game that they played yesterday. It was very, very interesting, and which of course ended 2-1, a game that was played at Anfield, and Liverpool got their goals through that is Curtis Jones and Cody Gakpo, who also got that goal. But of course, outstandingly, Willian also tried his level best to see that really the way to get something in there, things not working well. For very many thought because Salah is not there, Liverpool would be missing or failing to achieve. But of course, they tried level best to make sure that things worked out. At the same time, in the transfer speculations, Arsenal are also looking very, very much to see that they strengthen their squad, but at the same time, again, Arsenal have failed with a 22 million offer for, that is, Getafe's striker Bojo, whom they're talking about. They wanted to bring Bojo Mayoral, who has been one of the key names into their books. Now they're looking for strikers because Arsenal, if you watch their previous games, I did say in our previous whistle time that they needed a killer because there's no clinical striker that you would be relying on. The Gabriel Jesus, the Havertz, you saw them doing things. They are not naturally the strikers that could be pushing in there. And this time round, Mauricio Pochettino is also looking forward to see that a very big thing is what he needs to do, because there's a risk of sacking him soon. So that's also another thing for him. Sacking is one big thing that is coming there. But for Tottenham, they're already in business. Radu is one name that they have gotten into their books, and they're looking forward to see that this player has to be one of the key names in there. He already crossed over. Timo Werner has also crossed over to Tottenham Hotspur on loan. He will be making sure that he really brings glorious days back to Tottenham Hotspur. I don't believe in Tottenham so much, but they're still doing business to see that they get themselves right there. West Ham are showing interest in Chelsea's defender. I'm talking about Trevoh Chalobah, who has also been one of the names being linked with the West Ham, and it is one big thing that we shall be looking forward for. So those are the few internationals that I can give you as we close this session with Gaddafi Wahabu. And with that, I would love you to throw it back to the viewer. What exactly should they expect in the second half of the season, wherever you will be, and what exactly should they expect from you after football is coaching? Of course, you already said that. So maybe the half season.
Let me start by thanking Rohil Sports Club for giving me the opportunity to play, to be with them for the last 2.5 years. I would want to thank the chairman, Joel Aita, the coaches from Babazi up to the current ones, the players that I've worked with in the last 2 years, and the ones who are still there. I want to thank them. We have been a family, and I think it's the right time. The right time for me has come to wish the team all the best in the future. And in the second round, I would in the new team that I'll get to join soon. I'm going to work hard to see that I do much better.
Okay, now there's somebody who has just dropped a message here. I wouldn't want to close it. Do you have an agent?
I don't have an agent.
Because someone is like, agents are not okay because they always don't give the best. Okay, they can negotiate, but they don't feel, people don't feel, I mean, there is that player agent, something that happens. But do you believe in those things? Because if you have an agent, I believe your deals can penetrate easily, and penetrating through the deals become very easy. So would you love to be with an agent? Would you believe in the percentage that maybe you as a player does with an agent?
First of all, I don't have an agent. And agents, there are some. It depends on the kind of agent you have. You know, there are some who are good and they help a lot. And there are also others who are not that good. They only come in when things are good. You know, one thing with agents, I don't think we have agents around.
In Arua?
In Arua, I don't think we have any.
There are few who are there.
No. You know,
they are there. Registered?
Registered?
Yes.
I don't think.
I know around 2 people.
They don't act like one. If they are there. Because, you know, the challenge we have, the agents show up when our agents, the ones within, they only show up when you have You have an offer. Yeah. But if you don't have an offer, they cannot
They
go
don't
out.
look for you.
They don't.
For the offers.
They don't. They just sit.
Let's summarize. I don't want you to be harsh on agents. Now, lastly, Regional League is coming. Not Regional League. FUFA Derby is coming. What are we expecting? Are we winning Lango? How ready are the teams? How ready are you for that is the Lango team? Home and away.
I started preparing a long time for that match. You know, the last time we went to Lango, we lost. Though we won the trophy, but we lost. I'm ready.
2-1.
I'm ready as an individual. We are preparing as a team. Team has started training, and by the end of next week, hopefully everyone will be in camp, and then we go for that game. But we're winning it.
Do you think our brother is coming? Toha?
He might come. It will depend on the fixtures he has their side. So we are yet to confirm. Actually, I'm supposed to talk to him and find out whether he will be free. If he's free, he will come.
Okay, our time is up. I want to say thank you so much, viewer, for being a part of the show from where we started at 2 up to 3 p.m. We are on the 6 minutes 2. That is the